I want to break up with my boyfriend, but he won't let me. I honestly don't know how to explain this. I feel like I've reached a point where he is very irritating. I feel like I'm settling. I don't feel happy around him. He is not affectionate, and I don't like even spending time with him anymore. The point is, I think I need to end this relationship, and fast. But whenever I try, he tries a bunch of strategies that end up making it impossible for me to follow through. Either he makes false promises of change, never changes, and the cycle continues. He also sometimes just really doesn't respond, and we never reach a conclusion in the breakup, so it never ends up happening. He has also tried to guilt me into staying. I can go on, but I don't know what to do. We need to resolve it together in order to break up amicably. He's not a bad guy, and I care about him and his family. I just don't want to date anymore. We also live together and have a 3-month cancellation period for the place we live in, and it's extremely difficult to find housing in the city where we live. We share many things such as a car. We're also engaged, and we've been together for many years. I hate to bring it to the original poster, but nobody's gonna force you to be in a relationship. All the excuses you provide at the end of this where you're like, oh man, we live together and it's extremely hard to find housing and we have a car and we're engaged. All of that doesn't matter the second you started listing off all the things that you don't like about him. You find him irritating. You're not happy around him. He's not affectionate. He's not kind, it sounds like. Like that is more than enough reasons to say, hey, no matter what you say, I'm breaking it off. And sometimes you don't have to be amicable. You don't have to make this a mutual thing. You can be selfish in this situation, especially if it sounds like you're going to be miserable. But also the fact that you're engaged to this person and you still can't put your foot down and say, hey, I don't want anything to do with this, is a big red flag for the original poster. There's nothing worse than being a people pleaser to the point where you're going to end up in a relationship that you hate for the rest of your life. Like I can literally see this person 3 years down the line having kids, married to this person, and they still absolutely despise them. Just break it off. All of those concerns of, oh, we live together and we have a car together and we're engaged, all those things can be resolved if you just put your foot down and think of yourself for once. Because if not, you're setting yourself up for a life of misery.
The full version of the video is on the Am I the Jerk YouTube channel, so check out the link in the description for that. And if there are any updates, that's what they'll be too. But if you like Am I the Jerk, you're probably going to love Am I the Genius. Am I the Genius is on YouTube, but there's also a podcast version of it just like Am I the Jerk. So if you're already subbed to Am I the Genius on YouTube, just search for Am I the Genius on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever you use.